Alright, here back with another guide video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Cooler. Now, I don't know how people feel about Cooler, but I'm going to tell you right now, he is still a very good tank, one of the best tanks, one of my favorites. And the damage he can provide is just amazing. I love it. Let's take a look. He's got the transformation, base HP, armor, all attack up, extends the length of retaliation status. His passive is retaliation. Upon skill use, super attacks excluded. It applies immune to all to self if a hit is taken from enemy heroes' helpers, while immune to all, enter retaliation status, and the effect of your next skill will be enhanced. So we're going to get more into that as we get into the abilities, but basically if you get hit, if you time your ability, you're going to go immune right there. And then also, if you get hit while you're immune, you will then enhance any of your next skills. Rush attack. Simple rush attack. It deals more damage while you're in retaliation. Alright, skill 1. Destructive Ray. Fire a beam in a set direction that burns everything in sight. When in retaliation status, creates pillars of fire in the beam's path that apply continuous damage. Alright, let's take a look at that. Alright, so level 1, that's what it's going to look like. At level 2, a little bit more. The cooldown is pretty quick on it as well. Then at level 3, takes a lot of range. Now see, if he's going to go attack me, as he attacks me, if I use it, as he attacks me, if I time it right, see now I'm in retaliation. Now my next time I use the R1, it's gonna also do burn effect on him as well as doing the initial damage. Alright, next skill. Skill 2, Death Stopper. An AoE attack that manipulates the surrounding gravity, applies high pressure and movement speed down to enemies. While in retaliation, attack time is extended and damage is increased. Okay, so when it says apply high pressure, you've got to go look into the game's like glossary to figure out what that means. Now, what it basically means is it's gonna slow everybody within the area. They're not gonna be able to move as fast, and it prevents them from using a vanish step. So he's really good to help with characters like Deborah, who, if you keep them in there, they can't vanish step. Then if Deborah times his spear correctly, then they can't vanish step even longer, which would allow him to get the stone. So you can do some really good team combos, team composition with this move. Alright, so here's the R2 level 1, small area. Alright. Level 2, a little bit more area. And this is level 3. Now, while in retaliation, so now I'm retaliated. Now look at how much longer it does. An extra 2 hits and it lasts longer. So learning how to combo that with your team is very important. And now skill 3, Death Chaser. A lunging attack in a set direction. When activated during retaliation, pull enemies along your route and then smash them into the ground while applying movement speed down. A shockwave affects surrounding enemies and applies movement speed down. So regularly, it's just a dash. But once you go into retaliation, it's dash, grab, and slam. And it'll dash to them, grab them, slam them to the ground. It'll do damage when it dashes. It'll do damage when it slams them as well. And it'll do area damage where it'll hit other enemies within the slam. Alright, so here's the range at level 1. Level 2. And level 3. Now if I swoop during retaliation, if I do it, I grab and slam and it does good damage. It's really one of the main heavy damage dealers to do with Cooler in a 1v1 situation, but also that slam is gonna hit area damage, so it's gonna do more than just hit the single target. But in a single 1v1 fight, you definitely want to try to get retaliated and use the slam because it's gonna do a lot of damage. Alright, and lastly, super attack, atomic supernova. Launch an energy sphere at a set position that pulls enemies toward the center of the explosion. If activated during retaliation, it has increased AoE and deals extra damage. I would pretty much recommend to always go in retaliation before using your ult, because it's going to do more damage and take up more area. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, so this is the AoE without retaliation at level 1. Very small. Does good, decent damage. But while in retaliation, look at the area it already, all this extra area, look at the extra damage it does as well. That's just at level 1. Now here at level 2, still, it's pretty much as big as the retaliation on the first level. Now let's see here. So I'm retaliated. Now look at the area and look at the damage. It's just gonna keep increasing. Now here's it at level 3. Now in retaliation, look at how much more area it's gonna cover. So like I said, I just recommend every time you're gonna ult, try to get into retaliation. You can get into retaliation by using any of your 3 moves while they're attacking to negate the damage and to also be able to enhance your next ability. Now for card presets, I go with the simple tanky set. I don't need to build damage. He will do damage without having to build any damage cards. So I go with too easy, gives the extra HP once you're below a certain amount of HP for 2 seconds. The steel skin just reduces the damage the whole time. Like, it's just gonna be extra damage reduction. And defensive step, it's gonna reduce damage very significantly, mind you, after using your vanish step. So if you're about to go jump in the middle of a fight, if you vanish step before you do that, you're gonna start taking a lot of reduced damage due to defense step as well as steel skin. And then if you somehow get low enough, you will get extra HP from the 2 easy. So you just build them very tanky, you can stay in the fight long, and don't worry, the damage will show regardless. Alright, so for the first ability, I go with the skill 1, and then I end up going with the skill 2 as well. So that's what I'll start with here. And basically, I'll try to either press the attacker or try to make sure I push off the um tank from my attacker. So here we go, right? We start off, it's a little rough. My Debori's he didn't really go in with me there. But you see, we wait around after he did a little bit more damage. We go in, we can steal the Kai with the skill 1, and now I'm holding them in place with the skill 2, because I'm able to get retaliation, and the skill 2 lasted a lot longer, prevented them from being able to vanish step and escape, and it's really good to help secure that kill. Now, a lot of the times with Cooler, if you are overextended or getting caught out, you are going to have to fight your way out of there. As you see, if I over here and I just put enough threat on them that I might kill them, you see how they already started to back off enough to allow me to escape? Sometimes this is the type of thing you need to do just to be able to get out. And meanwhile, I mean, I'm distracting the 2 other people who could possibly go for this boss to allow my team to just get this boss for free. So if I can just hold off and you can hold people off, you're gonna help your team secure towers, secure bosses. Now I know I said the skill 3 is good for some offense, but it's also good to escape. It's probably your only really escape. As you see here, I should be dead, but because I can use the skill 3 to be immune, I can slide out of there. Now, Cooler is actually pretty decent as far as a tank in helping secure boss, because he got all the abilities to do a little bit of damage to him, and the ult will obviously do some decent damage. Also, anybody who's gonna try to jump in the middle there, you're gonna throw that ult down, and it's gonna be able to hold them there, and just they're gonna die from all the rest of the super attacks that get dropped there. So as you see here, we're gonna come in. It's really low. I'm gonna throw my ult down, and just as I do, I'm able to secure it. And look at this. Now the slow damage is gonna take and get everybody else, wipe them out. So overall, Cooler, he's really good. He's really fun. Like landing the Death Chaser, getting retaliated and slamming them. It's so fun. It's so satisfying. His ult pulling everybody in. You get retaliation to make sure you just get that extra area, extra damage. He's gonna be really fun to play. And you know, for most tanks, you're gonna kind of just be sitting there in the fight for a while. The whole point is to survive and be very tanky, which he can do. But also, he's gonna be doing some decent amount of damage, and that's without building any damage cards. So yeah, Cooler just probably my favorite tank so far, and I recommend you give him a try. And I hope you learned something from this guide. Hopefully, you can get a little bit better at Cooler. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.